Hello, Alisa here, and I'm going to give you a tour of the Fourth Doctor TARDIS console room that we built.
Hi, I'm Erin. I animated a lot of this section along with Rachel, and I storyboarded this whole episode, so it's like I can see it all coming together.
This was built by myself and Shelby. It took us about 3 weeks to do. The console itself is what took us the longest. So here it is post Jelly Baby explosion with a lot of tie-down holes in the floor because we have just completed animation on this part of the episode. The back wall is made of foam core. The roundels are just cutouts, and behind the set is just vellum, which is like a semi-transparent kind of paper that's pretty thick. And then we have lights behind the set illuminating it. Very, very simple way to do this. Let me show you how the console works. So this does function, as you noticed in the episode. The time rotor is animatable, as is some of the buttons and switches on here. So the doorknob functions. Some of these other buttons actually are real electronics buttons that aren't hooked up to anything. The time rotor has 3 LED lights in it, and those are controlled by this knob over here. It goes from 100% to 0, so we have these markers marked off, so when we animate we know how much to turn that. So
100, 0.
The time rotor is animatable because of a square brass tube that runs through it, that slides into a slightly larger square brass tube that is in the base of the set. We also use square brass tubing on the puppets, so I will demonstrate by removing Four's head. So we can see on his neck, that's the smaller square brass tube. There's a larger one in his chest, and also the neck comes out of the head as well. I can show that. So the puppets and the set are largely constructed with square brass tubing. The same exact kind of tube is what's here. If we go under the set, you can see that thinner tube pokes all the way through. There's a sleeve of the larger tube in the set itself. This is pink insulation foam purchased at Home Depot. So this we can slide up and down, and if we look at the top you can see that is moving. So to animate it we just move it a little bit at a time, and we know how much to move it because we have those increments marked off on the computer. And it moves 11 times to go up and down.
I do it 12 times. And this is the best workout ever because every time I want to move the time rotor, I get to crouch down, move it, and go all the way back up and run over there, take a frame, crouch down again, and like this, and time, and space, and go, and I'm tired. This is a beautiful
the
scene.
Doctor Puppet workout, everyone. Also the not sleeping.
Would you like a jelly baby?
I made one jelly baby from Sculpey clay. I then made a mold of that original jelly baby, and I used the mold to make more jelly babies out of Sculpey clay. So as you can see, a lot of these they're glued down, of course, but I made several dozen jelly babies from that original jelly baby. So, in all the colors. And those are the 2 burnt ones. One was glued to the set and one was glued to his fingers. The coat rack is just made from aluminum wire. It's been painted black. The puppets are attached to the set via a tie-down. the bottom of their feet, there is a hole, and inside of the foot, there is a nut. What we do is we put a hole in the set, and then from underneath the set, we use what's called a tie down. So it's a threaded rod, and we put it up through the set, through that hole, and it goes into the hole in the foot. We then use a wing nut to tighten it. This is a tie down screw. This is how puppets stand. Puppets cannot stand without these.
And this is my favorite set ever. You guys did an amazing job.
Thank you, Erin.
Alisa and Shelby went crazy. 12 wants to play in it, and he can't.
The best part about this set is it is the most dollhouse-like set we've ever made.
We get to play with the TARDIS.
You can play dolls in this
Come on, honey.
set.
Boop, 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 boop. Woo!
My
Get
TARDIS.
away, my TARDIS.
My
My TARDIS.
I think Tom Baker has a word to say about this.
That's my TARDIS, Sarah. Ba boop ba boop. Ba boop ba boop. This is the best.
Alright, Dr. Puppet Crew is officially gone mental.
This is how Stephen Moffat writes episodes. You know that.
And then all three doctors were in the TARDIS together. Where shall we go, guys?
I don't know what I'm doing.
How do I fly this thing?
Do you know? Do you know? Does anyone know?